everything went wrong.
I will be redeeming myself. Nothing rose.
Remaking these with yeasted dough instead.
It is redemption time. We're going to be remaking the red bean buns. I'm definitely feeling the general apathy of being stuck inside. Instead of using red bean paste, I'm gonna use black bean paste. That's how I feel right now inside. Did a little bit more research about making steamed buns. Most recipes use yeast. I noticed this, the actual composition has baking soda in it. Don't really need that. All of the wheat flours were wheat flour mixes, and I was like, huh, I never really thought about that before. All right, see ya, dude. I found actual dried yeast. Popping those yeast pills when you got a yeast infection. The amount of fluffiness depends on how long you let your dough ferment and proof to let the air bubbles generate in the dough. The two main types of yeast are instant yeast and active dry. With instant yeast, usually you don't need to activate it beforehand. I always do just in case. People just like dump it straight into the dough, and you can do that with instant yeast. You can't do that with active dry yeast because it's not active if it's dry. It's in the name. Instant yeast, you don't need as much time between proofing. You do like to have a longer proof time, generate yeasty flavor. So that's really the trade-off in this context. Active dry yeast, proof for like an hour, which is normal. Instant yeast, proof it for like 15 to 20 minutes. I want to keep it low key, so I'm just gonna do instant gratification, instant yeast, and drink some fermentations of my own. That sounded really gross. I just meant to drink red wine. We have our banana leaf again, our instant yeast, black bean paste, my soul, extra red beans for texture, oat milk, and then oil. I did buy this bottle just because it's called Michelle. I actually do like the Vineyard. Yeah, they're pretty good. Highest form of narcissism? I don't know. Wine time. Yep. It's red wine. It's a Merlot. It's drinkable. I noticed from the previous week starting to dry up a little bit. I believe this shall suffice. As Brad would say, fermentation station. Yeah, I guess it's kind of like a flex now to have yeast. Damn, someone's smacking something out there. The dough base that I'm using, it comes from Christine's recipes, and I'll link that down below. Hers were for pork buns, and I'm replacing the filling with red beans. We want to check to see if this yeast is still alive, especially in these uncertain times. Oh God. Yeast, it's a living organism. Warm, but not like boiling hot water or milk, and add a little bit of sugar in there to let the yeast eat and create bubbles. 1/3 cup of milk, water. Add instant dry yeast. We're not made out of yeast these days. Make sure to save your packet, save your yeast. Just wanna gently sprinkle the add some sugar, lid on. Feed. Oh, eat up. We can't go to zoos to feed animals. We can feed our yeast. I am gonna let that sit for about 5 minutes and see if they're alive. Now we want to add 200 grams of flour and a teaspoon of vegetable oil to our bloomed mixture. Oops. All right, I already measured out 200 grams of flour. Just use my hands. Beautiful ball. Let rest for about 15 minutes. Uncan this and make a little mixture. I'm gonna wash this bowl out. You know, it kind of looks the same. But they are slightly different colors. Hue. I have been re-watching the same Christine Recipes YouTube video on how to wrap up your buns into a nice little swirl on top to create the pleats. I'm trying to figure out so your thumb holds the rest of the dough. Your pointer finger does most of the pleating, and then the other thumb pushes it, kind of like, I don't know, like I kind of look like a crab. So I developed some sort of muscle memory, even though I'm not making the buns yet. It's those yeast balls that I saw in the Chinese supermarket, and I think those are specifically made for fermenting rice wine. Maybe I'll make rice wine one day. I also bought snacks. Shrimp chips, very exciting. Classic Asian kid rice cracker. Portion this out. 8. Rolling pin is back. The pleating is definitely not going to get any better then. Okay. Getting there. That, too much filling. She's bursting. Put it out, you know. Just a little there we go. Yeah, let's just pretend that was fine. Wow. Rip. Do-do-do. Nope. Try the tip where you flatten the corners. There's no corners to circle. Not diameter. Circumference. I don't know what math is anymore. I think I've kind of figured out how you have to also smush it in diagonally, because I just hold it out and then it just turns into a weird little peacock. It only took me 6 tries to even understand that. My buns still look ugly as fuck. Oh, this is round 2. See ya then. Ooh, they got the big. It was vaguely successful, which is good. They just look like monstrosities, but that's okay. They're still really hot. Dun, dun, dun. Can you see the steamy? Oh, that's really hot though. Oh. Woo, woo. You have fermented buns and a fermented wine. I would say that I need to keep working on how to actually make the buns into the proper shape. Bless up Christine's recipes, not Xiao Wang Chan. Maybe I'll try the self-rising flour at a certain point that has baking soda, In the meantime, I'm gonna enjoy a glass of wine. Well, not a glass, this is my third glass of wine. I finished the bottle of Michelle. See ya next time around.